John in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hi.
Hi, Hank. Hey, thank you for having me on the air. And I have a fairly easy question for you, and you're so eloquent, and I appreciate your articulation on your questions that we throw out there. So I want to throw this one out real quick. I hear it once in a while from Christians. Oh, by the way, you know what? I just want to tell you, I prayed for you on your cancer, and you know what? I just want to say how it lifted my faith up, listening to you on the air, and just how you handled that. You didn't complain, and it just lifted my faith up to see you, how you approached it beautifully. I just want to tell you that and encourage you and lift you up and just pay you that compliment to you before I ask this question.
Sure, thank you.
Why does God give us so much redemption? Why does he love us dirt people so much? And why has he chosen to love us people made from clay, and he's poured out his own son? And how come the fallen angels don't have that same redemptive quality? And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good question, well articulated. And you think about angels, they had requisite knowledge. They were in the presence of God. And so they had the opportunity to serve him, but also they had the opportunity to serve themselves. They were created as volitional beings. And this is the essence of love. God creates those who have volition, and thus love becomes something meaningful, whereas if they didn't have choice, love would not be meaningful. So God did not create angels, nor did he create people in such a way that they had to choose him. They could, in a robust sense, choose against him, and this is what happened with fallen angels. So why God loved you and I so much that he was willing to suffer more than any human, more than the cumulative sufferings of all of humanity, so that we could be brought into communion and union with him, is actually a question I have no answer for. It simply is beyond my ability to articulate or even fully contemplate. It is a mystery. Why would God, who is sufficient in the love relationships of the Trinity, the Father loving the Son, and the Son loving the Father, and the Father and Son loving the Holy Spirit, why in that perfect love relationship would God create humanity such that we would be joined with him in fellowship for all eternity? Why was he willing to bring us into that love relationship? I can't answer that question, but I know that he did, because the Bible's very clear that he did, and that he's not just building an individual kind of redemption. You know, the people that say, if Christ would have died for one person, it would have been enough. But the reality is Christ is building a body. He's building a majestic tapestry. It's called the church. And so he is developing a perfected bride out of humanity. And when that full complement of God's people has become a reality, then the bridegroom will do something beyond imagination. He will pick up that completed bride and carry that bride over the threshold of Jordan into a new Jerusalem. No more death, mourning, crying, or pain. But God's love, it's beyond my comprehension. Why God would include me in his providential care, I can't fathom. Why God would give me the peace, and what you started with in the prologue to your question, the peace to go through suffering over the last year in particular with an incurable disease. I cannot explain to you. Why God would even condescend to heal people is beyond my comprehension. His love is unfathomable, but it is nonetheless as real as the very flesh upon our bones.